What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about how long Kina Bridge of Spirits may be. And actually, fun little fact, there's been multiple ways of pronouncing her name, and a lot of people said that it is Kina, not just Kenna. They actually pronounce it more like Kana, where it's like K-A-Y. So just a little throw in there before the game actually comes out. I still have no clue. Maybe they'll say it in the game and we'll finally all know. Anyway, how long is this game going to be? It's a topic I like to talk about on this channel, and I do think it has, some merit. I am not opposed to a game being extremely short or extremely long as it justifies that. However, pricing does matter when you're buying a game or really anything, right? You want to know how much value you're getting for the money that you're spending. And everybody's got their different, price points in their head, right? You spend $40 on however you pronounce this game's name, and, what are you expecting the length to be? Now, what's interesting is we still, as far as I know, do not know the length of time that it will take to beat this game. Now, one thing I like to throw in with all these videos is oftentimes the developer will throw out a number, okay? They'll do it a couple months before, they'll do it a couple weeks before, and that number normally is like way too high, like substantially too high. And even when you have review sites, that's the next wave. So you have the developer saying something, and I would say 9 out of 10 times it's an overestimate of how long it's going to take, which is fine, but that's just how it is. Then you'll have the game review sites. When the game gets its reviews, they'll say their thing. And oftentimes, they are far over. I saw one for, Deathloop, which I'm currently playing, and I'm almost done. I've put in probably 13 hours. It'll probably take me, 16, 17 hours. I saw one site that said it took them 30, 40 hours to beat the game. So that's way too, that's almost double where I'm at. And again, maybe they did more stuff, but the point is they also don't really compare to us. So the closest that I saw is that you can comfortably beat this game over a weekend. That was the exact word for word of what the developer said. Now, when they say something like that, I do think there's a lot more stock you can put into it. I know there's some people, some viewers of mine, obviously we're all very, very excited for this game, and, people have been telling me in the comments of some of the videos that it's 10 to 12 hours. Now, I'm not doubting you, right? And maybe you're taking that from the whole you can comfortably beat it over the weekend. I'd love to know where you got that from, though, because I have not seen anywhere anybody give a specific number. I've seen people ask the developers and sometimes not get answers. And again, it was in the Game Informer. That Game Informer, 21 things you need to know about the game, or whatever that piece was in that interview process. They talked about a couple different things in the game overall, but one of the things they asked was, how long would it take to beat? And they didn't want to give a number. They said, we're not going to give a number, but we will say that you can comfortably beat it over the weekend. So I would say, those that are saying 10 to 12 hours are probably pretty close. I could imagine this game. I will lower it, though, just on the side of caution, just in case there is still overestimates going. I'll personally predict, and really, that's all we can do right now, unless somebody found something that I didn't see. I'll say 8 hours. And by the way, just to kind of make it clear, I think that's perfectly fine for a game that's $40. Even a game, honestly, that's full price, like a $60 game. If the game's 8 hours, but it's high quality the entire time, honestly, a good example of that is Resident Evil Village, right? When that game came out, there were a lot of talks back and forth of people being like, was that way too short? Did we waste our money? That was a $60, a full price. I guess full price maybe is $70 nowadays, but, $60 game, it's 8.5 hours. Is it worth that? I said yes. I really did. I said, you know what? Games can be that length, and it's okay. However, I've always kind of left this up to the person, right? Because I have always said, it's up to you guys. You are all the individuals spending your money. So when you drop 40 on Kenna or Kina or however you say it, right? When you drop 40 on it, how many hours are you expecting? You know what I mean? I think for me personally, $40, as long as it's 5 hours, 5 or more, I would honestly argue I'd be completely fine. Of good quality. If the whole game entirely sucks, right? That's obviously very, very different. But yeah, I think, comfortably over the weekend, to me, that's okay, well, if you put in 2 different sessions. I think that's why you say that. You know what I mean? It's actually not the first time we've heard that. Gotham Knights, WB Montreal, they talked about it as well. I think they said like I don't even actually. I should go back and look, but I feel like it was the opposite. Like you wouldn't be able to solve everything over, or maybe like the main story you'd be able to do like over a weekend. So, again, what does that mean? Well, when you say comfortably over the weekend, to me, I think, okay, you're not going to be playing it like 8 hours each day. That would be more like marathoning through it, right? So say you put in, 3, 4 or so hours each day, there you go. You have your 6 to 8 hour game right there. I don't think that's all that bad. And again, much like really any game, ultimately you have to wait to see it, right? Because an 8-hour game can actually still be way too long depending on what game it is. You know what I mean? If it's overstaying, if it's supposed to be a 4-hour thing and it's 8 hours and you stretched it, it's not going to be good. You know what I mean? It's not going to hold up. And I guess the reverse as well, right? If it's 8 hours, but maybe it should have been 10 or 12, it also may not be good. So we'll have to see, but I'm going to put my prediction at 8. And again, I've seen other people say 10 to 12, but I don't believe Ember Lab has, confirmed, how long the game's going to be. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to support us on Twitter or subscribe to my second channel or support us through Patreon or YouTube memberships, links for all of them are in the description below. I will be covering this game quite a bit. We'll be playing it I'll be playing it as much as I can, really, starting that Tuesday, and we'll have plenty of videos afterwards. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.